You're despairing not because of an unwillingness to fight. You're despairing because you feel like you don't know how. You feel like you're not doing enough, or perhaps even worse, like you're not doing anything at all. And if that's the case, then it would appear that you need someone to remind you who you really are. Now, while I don't want to lure you into complacency, there's always more to do, as we're learning about in these couple of wonderful days. But if you're all about faith, family, and freedom, as I know you are, then it's time for you to realize you are doing more right now than you could have ever imagined. Let me show you. Faith, family, and freedom. Let's start with faith. By a show of hands, how many of you go to church or place of worship on a regular basis? Whoa. All right. And it's not confession time, right? There's somebody next to you. I go twice a week. No, I mean, you get there as often as you can. Almost all of them. What if I told you right now, you are part of what scholars believe to be the single greatest religious renewal the world has ever seen? You ain't gonna hear it on CNN or Rachel Maddow on MSNBC, but I'll show you. Strap yourselves in. Today, according to the World Value Survey, which is the single largest sociological database in the world, 4 out of 5 people on the planet, that's 80% of the world's population, ascribe allegiance to one of the major historic world religions. In sub-Saharan Africa, where population is growing at the fastest rate anywhere in the world, Christianity is actually growing faster than the continent's population growth, suggesting massive conversions. China is currently experiencing what scholars believe could be the single greatest Christian revival in the history of the church. Hungary's government has declared its commitment to revitalization of Christian civilization, all the while the president of Poland has formally declared Jesus Christ as Lord and King of their nation. India is currently experiencing a massive Hindu revival led by the BJP, or the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is the single largest democratic party on the planet. In Russia, the Orthodox Church has risen to a prominence not seen since the days of the Tsars. In 1991, when the Soviet Union fell, there were only 2,000 functional churches. Today, there are over 40,000. And in South America, Pentecostalism is sweeping the continent. All the while, Catholics are attending Mass more than ever. Scholars are calling this the single greatest religious renewal the world has ever seen. And you are at the heart of that renewal. Oh, we're just getting warmed up. Faith, family, freedom. I'll circle back to Saki to family in a minute. Let's talk freedom here. But she never does. She never said that. Scholars are noticing that this religious renewal is actually awakening what's called a parallel polis all around the world. Has anyone ever heard of that term, parallel polis? It's a fascinating term. It actually was used back in the 70s and 80s by Czechoslovakian dissidents Václav Havel and Václav Benda. They borrowed from the term polis, designating the ancient Greek city-state. The idea of the parallel polis is basically this. When the dominant institutions of the society have become so corrupt that they're beyond repair, like they were in the Soviet Union at that time in the 70s and 80s, it's incumbent upon patriots who love freedom to build parallel institutions parallel structures so as to allow people to live out truth and thereby expose the dominant corrupt institutions to be